You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Before you sign anything in Korea's property market, the numbers just shifted under everyone's feet. Seoul apartment sales fell to 5,065 units in June, the lowest monthly total this year. The Housing Affordability Index in Seoul hit 179.3, the highest level in over 3 years. Land transaction permit applications are down nearly 15% a day this month. Meanwhile, Seoul prices just posted a 76th straight week of gains. It's Wednesday, July 29th. Let's look at what's happening in Korea's property market. Seoul's transaction drought stems from the expiration of a capital gains tax exemption in May, which had briefly flooded the market with discounted sales. Since then, buyers have been waiting on the government's tax reform announcement, unsure how holding taxes on high-value and multi-home properties will change. At the same time, banks have cut mortgage limits and raised rates, tightening the financing side of the market just as buyers turn cautious. Here's what the numbers show. Seoul recorded 5,065 apartment sales in June, its lowest monthly count this year, down more than 40% from the tax exemption rush in April and May. Daily land transaction permit applications in Seoul fell 14.7% this month, pointing to an even steeper slowdown in July. The Housing Affordability Index for Seoul reached 179.3 in the first quarter, up 14.2 points from the previous quarter, the highest level since the buying frenzy of late 2022. A median income household earning 5 million won a month, about $3,420, now spends roughly 2.3 million won, about $1,570, on mortgage payments alone, nearly 46% of income. Major banks cut mortgage limits on apartments under 1.5 billion won from 600 million to 300 million won, while raising rates alongside this month's policy rate hike to 2.75%. Seoul apartment prices still rose for a 76th consecutive week, up 6.03% so far this year, even as transaction volume collapsed. So what does this mean for buyers weighing a purchase this year? Earlier, we said Seoul's affordability index just hit 179.3. Here's what that actually means for you. Financing a median-priced home now eats up nearly half of a typical household's income before any other living costs. With tax rules still unsettled, real buyers are shifting toward outer boroughs like Nowon and Dobong, where new supply, including a fresh 2,800-unit project in Bangnak-dong, offers a lower entry point. Watch whether the coming tax reform narrows or widens the gap between high-priced and mid-priced districts, because that will decide where the next wave of demand lands. That's today's AI Prism Real Estate. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Won Ifrah award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.